Right. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. A little bit about myself. My name is Dan Bauman. I've spent the last 18 years outside the corporate world as an entrepreneur. I own an expense reduction company. I'm also a VP of business development of a brain mapping company, very passionate about health. But I've always, on the side, been an entrepreneur and tried to, join companies where I could try to help people win. And many, many times these companies, they promise the moon and they completely underdeliver. And I'm sure everybody on the call has experienced that at some point. And nothing breaks my heart more than when you get in an opportunity and you think everybody's going to win and then they don't. The rug gets pulled out from under us and then we're left with nothing and everybody's like, well, what just happened? Time and time again that happens. And so I feel I don't look at those as failures. I look at those as blessing and learning experiences. And back in November, I felt so blessed that God blessed me with Barnage because I thought it was a great opportunity to help everybody win. And then 4 weeks actually today, I was introduced to E1U Life, and now I feel like we have a combination for $30 that we can take everybody with these two projects and take a rocket ship and change people's lives. And so when I explain this to you, if everybody just prints off this one page and follows these directions, everybody will win with this strategy. So number one, I want you to ask yourself, or when you're talking to somebody, it's literally this simple. What would you do right now with $100,000? Think about it, dream of it, because whatever that is, that's your biggest need right now. But I want you have to write it down. If you can't, it won't happen if you don't write it down and dream it. Number two, the second most important question, do you know four family members or friends that could use 100,000 right now? Write them down. Write them down right now and visualize that those are the four people I'm going to bless, regardless of whether they have 30. I'm going to write it down. Now, you can bless more than four, but this system is built on four because it's also going to be the four that you carry into Barnage. So by just following the simple plug and play roadmap, which is project number one, we're going to take people from $30 anywhere in the world and teach them how to follow the simple system, build a six-figure income. So once you get into E1U Life, you can either join for $30. If somebody doesn't have that $30 right now, I say, I'm going to put you on the pay it forward list. I'm going to put you down right now because I'm going to pay it forward to you real soon. So number one, the first four steps. Number one, you got to get registered, and then you're going to follow 10 steps. Who are your fourth generational wealth partners? Because what we're creating here is generational wealth and daily cash flow for anybody anywhere in the world. And so the first four steps is write those four people down. Now, that doesn't mean if somebody has 100, 500, 1,000, and they want to step forward, they can. But I'm giving you worst case scenario how anybody can just leverage the surplus to move on to the steps. So the first job is to write down those first four steps. And then before you move on to step five, if you don't have the 100 or the 500 to pay it forward right now, is that you have to help those four people join. Whether it's getting them to pay $30, getting them set up with the Bitcoin address and getting them submitted, or you paying it forward to them once you accumulate 125. Because the way we're building this, you will have $125 in the next couple of weeks, or if things lag a little bit, understand it's coming. Because I ask everyone, when you get into the $1,000 and the $4,000 cycles, if you got $10,000, $20,000, would the average person take $1,000 and go bless some people? I think most of us would. So you have to understand is the first time through the cycle is going to be the slowest. The second and third time through, it's going to be like a rocket ship. Because right now at 4 weeks, I'm in the 500. I'm very close to the 1,000, and we got a bunch of people bearing through. But it all starts by just leveraging a 25. So the first step is once you accumulate 125, don't get greedy and go into the 100. Bless four people because that makes sure that we don't leave people behind in the 25. Now what that does is it creates velocity 7 times when you got the 248 cycle. If you watch the video, on that third level is 8 people. So every time the first 7 are going to make you 175, the 8th spot's going to open up cycle number 2. It happens in every the 100, the 500. So today, I'm at 4 weeks. I've cycled through the 25 twice, so that's $350. I'm halfway through the third cycle, but we've been tweaking things for 4 weeks. It's not crazy to think we couldn't be going through $25 cycle every couple of weeks or faster. So then step one is make sure you write that down and check those steps off. Okay, I got my 4 people to join. Now what? All right. Once I've accumulated, right down there, once you've accumulated 110, because it's $100 plus the $10 fee, now you go to the $100 cycle and you make that one-time payment. Now you're in the $100 cycle. What is that going to do? As everybody's falling above and you're getting overflow, you're going to get 7 times 100. The first time that you get that first 700, as soon as you accumulate 550, you use that surplus to go into the $500 cycle. Now you check off the box. Okay, I completed number 6. Now you're going to get 500 times 7. The first time that fills, that's going to be 3,500. Great. As soon as you get 1,100, you go and pay that in the $1,000 cycle. Now in time, you're going to get 1,000 times 7, which is 7,000. As soon as you accumulate 4,400, you go and pay that. Remember, you only got to make a one-time payment because it's going to auto cycle every time that fills after that first time. And then step 9, which it's not available yet, but we estimate around May 1st, the $8,000 cycle is going to come. You make that one-time payment. Once you've made through step 9, it's just going to cycle. Here's what's crazy. If you add up the 25, the 100, the 500, the 1,000, the 4,000, 8,000, you cycle through that one time, it's around $96,000. The first time through, minus the 13,000 costs, it's about $82,000. Most people should be pretty happy with that. But when we start understanding that, hey, if we leverage community and we're taking money out of that 4,000 and 8,000 and paying it forward, we're just going to create velocity in that 25. It's not crazy to think, people, that every month that we move on together, if everybody's following directions and blessing people globally, it's not crazy to think we couldn't cycle through this once a month in 3 to 4 months. If we do that 12 months in a row, just add it up, that's $1.1 million. So once everybody cycles, now they're obviously everybody's going to easily have $700 to join Barnage for $350 in the Diamond Matrix. Well, think about what we're building here. In Barnage, it's a 2x7, 7 floors, 254 spots. How many does each spot need to sponsor to max out the 3.2 million? 4. It's not crazy to think with this 10-step process that we could cycle through that thing this year by end of summer, in my opinion. If everybody's printing this out, following directions, praying over it, and following directions. And I'm telling you, this is not counting the Diamond Matrix. Now we're going to have people barreling in the Diamond Matrix, which is going to create a bigger surplus. I don't know about most of you, but if we could cycle through this once a month and cycle through Barnage, that's like over $4 million. I think most people could live on that. But even if we failed and did a tenth of that, it's still 400K. This is life-changing if we just follow this simple little process. And I just feel blessed that this has fallen in my lap because I have other opportunities. And I've told you, I own an expense reduction company. I had a $100,000 project that I went and presented a couple weeks ago. Looked great. Company, somebody in the company put up a stiff arm and said, I don't know if this is for us. That wasn't a negative. It was God's calling to me to say, hey, the corporate world isn't where he wants me. That's I can't impact people like this. For $30, we can change people's life. If you've ever been part of an opportunity that's failed, if you got people that are in debt, you need to take the time to introduce this opportunity from them. And then I just sent Mark this text, and I have a great text that I send people now. Just last night, this dropped into my lap. And you guys have to watch this. It's called GodBlessBitcoin.com. GodBlessBitcoin.com. It's an amazing 2-minute teaser, and then it's also a 2-hour movie. I'm 20 minutes into it, and it talks about how Bitcoin can give power back to the people. All these inflation and all these things our government do, it eliminates and takes the power away from us, and we have an opportunity. I'm watching this video going, are you kidding me right now? This just got texted to me today. Everything we're talking about we can change and give leverage back to the people and bless people. So with that, that's all I wanted to present on this. It's simple. Print this off, get your people to follow these 10 steps, and then just help them, guide them through and check these boxes. And then once they're through, there's 10, they're literally just collecting money or going and blessing more people.